Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Kia in Ewing to check out this brand new 2024 Kia Niro EX Touring. Runway red is the color. This is the standard Niro hybrid because every Niro is a hybrid. It's either a regular hybrid or a plug-in. This is the regular hybrid with the black Syntex seating material on the interior. So we're going to check out this Niro, see what it's bringing for 2024. So let's see what kind of big MPGs you can pull out of this. So let's dig in. We are in a tight spot here in this full Kia parking lot, so we're going to do our best to work around it. So here it is, front end of the Niro EX Touring, runway red, Kia badge in the middle. We have LED lighting for our daytime running lamps, turn signals, and fog lamps, but we have standard halogen bulbs for the headlights. I'd like to see LED lighting all the way around up front. Let me know what you guys think. As we come around to our wheel and tire setup, we're looking at an 18-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Kia badge on the center cap, standard brake and rotor package. Now, these 18-inch wheels are wrapped in Continental Pro Contact all-season tires, 225 on the width, the 45 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, front-wheel drive. Try to give you as best full-side profile as we can in this tight lot. But as you can see, we have the runway red with gloss black around the wheel wells and down on the door sills. Let me know what you think about that. Moving on in closer, we're color matched on the side view mirror with LED turn signals, color matched on the front and the rear door handle, fuel filler cap on the left side, roof spoiler coming off the top, color matched roof, gloss black on the roof rails and the shark fin antenna, standard sunroof. All right, rear end of the Niro, we're also in a heavy wind situation today, so my apologies for any wind buffeting. Roof spoiler coming off the top, rear wiper down below on the glass, Kia badge in the middle, Niro on the left, HEV or hybrid electric vehicle on the right. Now, our brake lights are up top LED, and then on the bottom we have the standard bulbs for turn signals. I would like to have those higher up. I think it'd be easier to see, but let me know what you guys think. Exhaust tucked up underneath the rear bumper, which is in brushed aluminum. We're under the hood of this 24 Niro EX Touring, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Kia's 1.6 liter inline four-cylinder hybrid engine, made it to a 6-speed dual clutch transmission, 139 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. MPGs though are big, 53 in the city, 45 on the highway, 49 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 24 Niro EX Touring is $31,840. As optioned here on the lot, it is $32,750. Destination and delivery of $1,325 from Kia South Korea assembly plan. That means you have a total MSRP from the factory of $34,075. Dealer added the wheel locks of $161. So that gives you a total vehicle asking price of $34,236. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator, all aluminum finish, which is a nice touch. And the floor mats are in the cargo area at this time. We're looking at our seats. We have power seat with lumbar for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, black Syntex, black stitching, cloth insert. That's how they're rocking. Headrest nice and soft, bolstering nice and forgiving. Looks pretty good. Niro door panel, soft touch up top, brushed aluminum on the door handle, a really large area piano gloss black plastic that's in and around your grab handle, but I don't know if you're going to touch it that much, so it might not be that bad. Soft armrest, huge door pocket here in this Niro, and then we have the standard audio system here in the EX Touring. We have soft touch up top, more gloss black, and then we have this ambient lighting in here. I don't know if you can see it strobing on the camera, but we got the ambient lighting action going on in the Niro into the heat and air vent. And then down below, a nice large glove box. Infotainment system, Kia's 10.25-inch infotainment system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto. As you can see, once you wake it up, we have pretty good pinch to zoom response, dual panel action, as you can see. And of course, we're in a hybrid, so we get that kind of readout, which is a nice touch. Now, we come to our setup. We can go into our setup, we can go into our vehicle, and then we can go into our lights. Then we can go into our ambient lighting, and then we can go ahead and link it to our drive mode, dim it down in the dark. We can go to our colors. We can change from a color mood. Since we do have a EV, why don't we select Peaceful Forest? Why not? But anyway, there's what you have there. Or if you don't like any of the themes, you can set your custom color right there by using the wheel, setting what you want, and then setting it. So I like the fact that we do have the ambient lighting in this Niro EX Touring, that is, not the EX. There's a difference. The EX is a lower trim. The EX Touring is one up from the EX. So I know it sounds confusing, but that's how everything rocks. Now that we have daylight savings time right here, right now the clock is an hour slow. We want to put it on daylight savings time. We just have to go into date and time, hit daylight savings time, runs the clock ahead an hour, and then you're done, and you can get back out. So it's really nice. You can Bluetooth your phone, set up your driver profile, use your Kia Connect to hook the vehicle up to your phone. So a lot of nice stuff here in this Niro. Now, we can go back to our map, and we're back to the beginning. If we go to reverse, nice large backup camera with trajectory, nice and clear, parking sensors on the right, so they got you covered there. So I do like that. But a nice, easy system to use. Down below, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, and that's a huge triangle. Guess you can't miss it. Now we have the dual panel screen. Right now we have it set up where you can go ahead and use it for your infotainment system. And then the button over here is your volume, and then the button on the right is the tuning. But if you want to adjust your heat or air, you just have to push the fan button. It then switches to your heat and air, and this becomes the adjustment for your temperature for the driver and the front passenger, or you can sync them together. So they got you covered there. So I like that dual use screen. Down below, 12 volt USB-A, USB-C wireless charging pad. So they have you covered there. Push button start. Here is the gear shift. They're going to take you through the 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. So they got you covered there. And then we have auto vehicle hold. We have our parking sensors, and we have our parking camera. These dead switches here are for the ventilated seats and heated steering wheel, which are not in the EX Touring. Electric emergency brake right here, 2 cup holders, and here's our Kia key fob right here. Lock, unlock, remote start, panic button, Kia badge on the side, looking good. And then we have a good size armrest, nice and soft, in the soft fix material, but a smaller area for storage. Niro steering wheel, nice leather wrap wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, Kia badge on the horn button, some brushed aluminum to lift it up. It is a round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room to get in and out of this Niro at 5'11", no sweat. Drive modes down here. We'll check those out when we go through our digital dash. On the left side here, you have your safety suite controls for the digital dash. On the right, you got your telephone voice commands, favorites, and modes for the infotainment system. And you have paddles if you want to go up and down this 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission manually. On the left, stock headlights and fog lamps. On the right, front and rear wiper. Over here on the left, we still haven't gotten the plastic off of these. You got your bright and dim the dash. Here's your 12-volt battery reset. I like this feature in Kia's hybrids and plug-in hybrids. So if you, let's say you go to the airport, you're going on vacation, you can leave your car for a week. You hit this button when you turn off the car, it puts the battery to sleep so it won't run dry while you're away. When you come back, you open the door with the key fob, you press this up, wakes up the battery, and you're ready to rock and roll again. And then we have our traction control off. We do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, so they got you all set for that. And now we go to our 10.25-inch digital dash. Our drive modes, what do we have here in the Niro? We have Eco and we have Sport, and that is it. So you can either drive it economically or you can hoon it around. No normal, no smart, no snow in this front-wheel drive Niro. But we're going to leave it in Eco today because I think that's how many people will be rocking to get those big MPGs. Then you got additional information in the center that you can go through if you want to see anything else that may be important to you while you're going down the road. So I do like how they have that set up. Nice and easy. Overhead console, there you have it. There's our SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. Kia Connect, again, to hook up the vehicle with your phone. You want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door. This button remains pushed in with the orange light on. So when you open the door, LED lighting comes on, close the door, the lighting will dim out. Here's the control for our sunroof, so we can move the shade back with our hand, and then it's one touch open, goes open, no problem, one touch back. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. It closes, and then you can shut it with your hand. Sun visor with vanity and a light, so they got you covered there. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the back seat of the Niro, I have the seat set for my driving position. In we go. Nice and easy to get in with that flat roof. Plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". Now we got plastic on the back of the seat, but we do have a seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger, USB-Cs behind each front seat for the rear seat passengers, and 2 heat and air vents. So they got you covered. Rear door panels, same kind of vibe at the front, except we're missing all that piano gloss black plastic, but we do have hard black plastic up top instead of soft touch, but the armrest is still pretty soft. In the back, same Syntex in black with the cloth insert, but they are pretty comfortable. I do like these seats. And then our center armrest, semi-soft, 2 cup holders. So they really got you set back here. And it's pretty darn comfortable in this Niro. Of course, since the redesign, the Niro is much bigger than it used to be. Cargo area of the Niro. This is a manual tailgate, so you can't pop it from the key fob or from the dash. So you got to come to the back. And right underneath the Ewing Kia, there's a button. You push it and lift up nice and light. Rear seats up, 22.8 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Niro. Not bad for a small subcompact SUV. Now here's our carpeted floor mat, carpeted cargo mat, and then underneath all of that, there is your fix-a-flat. So there's no spare in the Niro. That's kind of a bummer, but we do have some extra cubbies on either side for storage and LED lighting in the back, which is nice. And now to get the rear seats down, you just have to reach forward and push, reach forward and push. No tonneau cover to worry about. So now with all seats down in this nice square shape, and it's longer than the old Niro, 63.7 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Niro. Window sticker time, here we go. 24 Niro EX Touring. Standard features. Options. Total vehicle MSRP from the factory. MPGs. Made in Korea. Wheel locks, total vehicle asking price. Let's take this baby out for a spin. Alright, so we're on the road in this 24 Niro EX Touring. Runway red, plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz is in this Niro EX Touring. So no worries there as far as any of that stuff goes. One correction from earlier in the review, I said the paddles on the wheel were to go up and down the 6-speed wet dual clutch. That is incorrect. These paddles are to adjust the level of regen braking that you want in the vehicle. So just like an EV, you can either have max regen or one pedal drive, or you can have minimum regen or 0 and then drive it like a normal car by stepping on the brake when you want to stop. So correction from earlier in the review, my apologies for that mistake, but it drives easily. The steering is fine, but this vehicle with the hybrid setup and standard hybrid setup, so you don't have to charge it, the brakes will regenerate electricity back into this battery. You know, you're going to get 49-50 miles to the gallon in combined driving, depending on how you drive, which is really, really good, and it's going to extend your tank range massively. And again, depending on how you drive, the terrain, the weather, and all that jazz. But you're going to get a long way to go before you need to fill up this Niro EX Touring. So I like that action as well, because that's what this is designed for. This isn't designed for sporty driving, even though it has a sport mode. It's designed to get you and your passengers and your gear around economically. And the seats here are pretty comfortable. So I'm going to say comfortably as well with this hybrid setup. So it is a nice setup here in this EX Touring. I like the way everything looks, feels. The tech is good. We got the 10.25-inch screen, even though it's still wired CarPlay, Android Auto. You still got it. You got USB-A, USB-C connectivity, wireless charging, heated seats. So they got some nice tech in this vehicle at $34,000 and change. So you can't complain there. You got the ambient lighting you can mess around with if you want to do that. So no problem there. Push button start. You got USB-C connectivity for your rear seat passengers as well as heat and air. So they got you covered there. But it's not going to be a silent cabin, that's for sure. They do have some nice stuff in here. The handling is going to be SUV handling. It's going to be light. It's going to be vague. But you know what? If you want to turn, the car's going to turn. That's all you can really think about it. So in the Kia lineup, the Niro is their smallest SUV offering, even though it's gotten bigger since the redesign in 2023. Sometimes people say that was kind of a controversial redesign, but I do like the color without the black on the side of the car. Those are aero blades that you can either get body color or in gloss black, and I kind of like the body color better. It's not so in your face with the black on those aero blades. And that allows the air to go down the side of the car. They jut out a little bit from the side of the car. That allows the air to go down the side of the car, go through the vortex generators that are inside those aero blades to give you better range to your gas tank. So that's what that's all about. Brakes, no problem. Hands off, nice stop. Not totally stopped, but I got cars behind me. And then we take off, and with the electric assist from the electric motor up front, it's got enough horsepower and torque to get this vehicle up. I mean, 139 doesn't sound good, but it's got 195 on the torque. And with the electric motor they have in here up front to assist with the power, the vehicle gets up and moving pretty good, pretty good. So I don't think you're going to be really disappointed. It's not going to set fires, there's no doubt about that. But for what you need it for around town and whatever you may else want to do with it, it's going to be just fine. It's just the cabin is not going to be dead silent. You're going to have some wind noise, you're going to have some road noise from the tires and whatnot. But overall, it looks pretty good. And it feels pretty good behind the wheel. And, you know, the seats are pretty comfortable. But let me know what you guys think. Is this Kia Niro something that you would want as far as your subcompact hybrid SUV for practicality and big MPGs? Let me know. Or would you go somewhere else with your hard-earned money? Put that in the comments as well. But I do want to thank Ciocca Kia here in Ewing, New Jersey for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Kia Niro EX Touring for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.